Incorporated. I'm Dale.
I'm Paul.
And today we will be doing Review Roulette, where we'll be reviewing Vengeance 2006. Now this event took place in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
And we started the night off with Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton.
Yep, so this match was pretty much all Angle.
Yeah, a lot of
Pretty
Angle.
much all Angle. There was, oh god, I lost count of how many suplexes, but he did 8 Germans in a row.
Yeah.
At one point.
Suplex City before Suplex City was a thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I feel Brock Lesnar needs to give him some credit for that.
Yeah, I'd love to see a Lesnar and Angle match.
Oh my
again.
god, it'd just be suplexes.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, it'd be better nowadays, I feel.
Yeah, anyway,
Angle can still go.
This Orton Angle match, quite a brilliant match, I liked it. Yeah, as I said, a lot of suplexes, very physical match as well.
Yeah, he took a horrible German suplex on the floor outside.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, because they were kind of teasing that he was going to get German suplexed off the apron.
Yeah.
And you know, you kind of know that wasn't going to happen because
he would have hit the announce table and that would have cracked his head open.
Yeah, he probably would have killed him. And yeah, so I was a little bit surprised when he actually landed a German on the floor.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, very horrible looking bump.
Yeah, indeed. We had Orton go over in this match after he, did he push or trip Angle into the exposed turnbuckle or something?
Yeah.
I reversed an ankle lock, I think.
No, yeah, a reversed ankle lock, which it was quite funny because he was meant to push him into the corner or whatever, but Angle went at the wrong angle
and had to kind of correct himself and
had to kind of curve his run.
It looked a bit silly.
It looked very over the top.
Orton then hits an RKO and gets the pinfall for a victory.
Yeah, after Angle went for an angle slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pushed out of it and finished it with an RKO. So yeah, this was pretty good. Randy Orton was still pretty fresh at this point.
Yeah, pretty fresh, but still very good.
Like 4 years in.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, plus FCW time and stuff. But yeah, I mean, as for what it was, I think Kurt Angle should have gone over, honestly. You can't make someone look that beastly and then...
Yeah, I feel, for the way the match went, Kurt Angle definitely should have gone over, but I don't see a problem with Randy Orton going over in this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the young, cocky, brash heel, so...
Exactly.
I guess, yeah, cheap underhanded victory.
So how did you rate this match?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.5 MB out of 5. I love seeing suplexes, so...
Yeah.
For that, it was fantastic.
I personally gave this match 4 Horsemen out of 5. Really enjoyed it. One of the better matches of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. So then we moved on to the backstage segment with Mr. McMahon and the coach's family friend.
Yeah, this pretty much started out with Vince in his office. This kid in a wheelchair rolls in and, you know, start wearing a DX shirt, and so Vince isn't happy to start with.
And he just assumes that it's another one of DX's pranks.
Yep.
And, you know, starts asking where all the space aliens are.
And all that sort of stuff.
Where's the rooster from Monday night? And the male dancer with the corporate genitalia.
Yep. And then Vince proceeded to push this disabled child down some stairs. What a cunt.
He pushed him into a room.
Yeah, he pushed him into a room, obviously, but...
Oh well, kid sold it pretty well.
Yeah, it was quite hilarious, and you had Coach come in saying that he's expecting his family friend who's stuck in a wheelchair to be coming in at any moment now.
And yeah, he's your biggest fan and all this.
Yeah, it was ridiculous but hilarious.
Yeah, I gotta love Mr. McMahon and DX. Anyway, moving on to the next match. This was Umaga versus Eugene.
Yep. This started out with, Eugene comes out and then he calls for some backup. And his backup was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Doink the Clown, and Kamala.
Probably the worst 3 choices.
Well, Kamala's not bad, but Doink the Clown...
Kamala's bad.
But he's big, so that kind of...
Jim Duggan was the most credible of the 3.
Yeah, definitely.
But I suppose, you know, the whole thing, Eugene was like a fan from the 80s, 90s or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for with the whole Eugene thing.
Pretty much.
This match, I mean, it was a very quick match. Was pretty much what you'd expect from Umaga versus Eugene.
It was a fucking squash match.
Yeah. Went for about 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah, but you got to see all the cool Umaga spots, which quite honestly, I forgot how good he was.
Yeah, he was actually a lot better than I thought.
Like, okay, I've written down something here, and quite honestly, I didn't like him back in the day. So like, this is just in a retrospective view.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that Umaga was the most believable monster heel.
Oh, definitely. Since like Kane.
Yeah.
I'd say
Since
or Big
Kane
Show.
or Big Show.
Yeah.
Which was
Which is
fucking
saying
crazy.
a lot. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is saying a lot.
Like, because everyone believed that he was fucking like just
just absolutely psycho.
yeah, and he was huge and like he was so agile.
I know, it was scary.
Plus, by the way, when the Usos do the fucking running strike in the corner, it is an Umaga move,
Not
not
a
a
Rikishi.
Rikishi move.
It's not even close to Rikishi.
No, he doesn't rub his ass in their face.
Anyway, what did you rate this match?
I gave this a 3 MB out of 5 just because I love Umaga.
Oh, I personally gave this match a dumb as fuck because it bored the shit out of me.
It bored the shit out of you?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, as much as I like Umaga, like squash matches like that, don't enjoy them.
Yeah, no, but that's kind of the point. This is, it's a squash match. It's meant to put over one person ridiculously.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know, it was just something about it that just bored the crap out of me.
No, man. Umaga's...
I mean, Umaga was great, but
Even Armando Alejandro Estrada was awesome.
he was, in my opinion, he was probably the best part of that whole little segment / match.
Yeah, just you can call me Superman, haha.
Yeah.
Now he has to say haha in the middle of every sentence.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
Love that guy.
Anyway, so Umaga went over there in this one, running corner strike and then a Samoan spike.
Love that move.
Yeah, mostly the corner strike, but the Samoan spike was pretty cool.
No, I love the Samoan spike.
Yeah,
Really enjoy that.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I gave that a 3.
Alright, next we moved on to Ric Flair versus Mick Foley in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now this was absolutely ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, but it's the only time you'll ever hear Mick Foley get booed.
Yeah, I don't understand, well I do understand, but it was a bit strange seeing Mick Foley being the heel in this situation.
Yeah, he played to it very well.
Yeah, he did, definitely.
For his credit, but obviously there was a huge reaction for Ric Flair.
Yeah, being in his hometown and whatnot.
Yeah, middle of Flair country, and we got to see a very young and chubby Charlotte. It was
quite strange. But
she's made quite a transformation.
yeah, very impressive actually.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I believe the first fall went just from an inside cradle.
Yeah, it was a roll up for the first fall to Ric Flair.
Yeah, and yeah, the second fall was an intentional DQ.
Yeah, intentional DQ for Foley, which didn't make sense to me. But then Foley absolutely destroyed Ric Flair after the match.
That's an understatement, man. Like, you see Ric Flair like bleed a lot
Yeah.
on a lot of occasions, but like I think that was one of his worst.
Yeah, this was absolutely nuts. Like, he was absolutely covered from almost head to toe in blood.
Yeah, well, it was like the top half of his abdomen at least,
Yeah, definitely.
and all over his face and hair. But
Yeah, well, as per usual.
yeah. So for the match itself, I gave that the 1 Billy Gunn out of 5 because it was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and like you had 2 old men in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mick Foley was well past his prime at this point, like to the point where he shouldn't have even remotely been considering having a match.
Yep, I gave this one a Scotty 2 Hottie out of 5. Should have been a hell of a lot better than it was, but it was more of a storyline match rather than an actual, actually trying to put on a good show.
Yeah, it wasn't really a payoff, to be honest.
No, not at all.
But I mean, I did love the beatdown on Flair after it.
Yeah, that was probably the best part of
It
it.
was pretty entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, then we had there was a backstage segment where Carlito was getting interviewed by Maria.
Yep.
And I absolutely love Maria as an interviewer because she pulled off the ditzy dumb person that came out with ridiculously profound things.
Yeah, it was really strange actually.
I can't even remember what she said. What was it?
I don't know, but it was very philosophical.
She said something about Carlito spits in the face of people who aren't cool or whatever.
Yeah, and something to do with
the people who want to be cool are the ones who aren't cool,
and the
ones that don't want to be cool are the coolest. Therefore, creating a paradox. Fucking hell!
It was great.
Maria.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
And then Maria and Tori Wilson were like rubbing oil all over each other and stuff, and Carlito, like, you know, when Tori Wilson's like, "Can you hold my puppies?"
Yeah, that was probably one of the greatest parts of it.
Then Carlito's music hits, and he has to go to his match.
I need more time.
Yeah, that was a great segment. Anyway, moving on to the match.
Yeah, then moving on to an absolutely killer match, a triple threat
Fantastic.
for the Intercontinental Championship. You had Carlito, Shelton Benjamin, and John Morrison, or back then known as Johnny Nitro.
Johnny Mundo.
Or Johnny Mundo, whatever you want to call him.
I like Mundo. It sounds the coolest of his
It's
surnames.
It's Morrison to me.
Alright, well, Morrison it is. So Benjamin was the champion coming into this.
Yep, this match started off very quick, as you'd expect from a triple threat from these three guys.
I thought it was pretty slow considering the three. Like,
really?
just for the first minute or two.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be hell for leather.
Oh,
Straight
yeah,
up.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of high impact moves to start off with. You had Carlito pull off an awesome double springboard senton to the outside of the ring.
Yeah, that was mental. I forgot how good Carlito was and how athletic he was.
Yeah,
to be honest.
extremely underrated worker right there.
Yeah, very much so. And I forgot how much I hated Shelton Benjamin's theme music.
Yeah, I don't even want to comment on that.
Ain't no stopping me now.
There was a lot of stopping you.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was crazy athletic, this match, honestly. And there was a big spot where Carlito was getting superplexed by Benjamin.
Yep.
And then
Morrison was in the Tree of Woe.
Yeah, and
And
kind
then-
of like sat up and did a German.
That King decided was a powerbomb for some reason.
Yeah, there was some really shoddy calls in this.
Yeah, that was far from a powerbomb.
Yeah, like I don't understand how a German suplex is even remotely a powerbomb. If he was facing the other way, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But besides the terrible commentary, this match was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. Very good.
You had John Morrison, or Nitro, go over after stealing the pin after Carlito hits the backstabber on Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, I didn't like how they called it the back cracker.
Yeah,
Like they changed it from the back stabber to the back cracker.
I refuse to call it the back cracker.
Well, it was kind of stupid because, like, I mean, I get that the backstabber was because he was a heel,
Yeah.
and then he turned face and it was the back cracker. Just makes him sound like a chiropractor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
He's a really bad chiropractor, obviously. So, yeah, I gave that a 4 horsemen out of 5. It was super athletic, and honestly, it could have been a 5 out of 5 if they got more time.
See, I gave this a 5 out of 5 because for the time that they had, they put on an absolute killer of a match, and in my opinion, match of the night.
Yeah, probably wouldn't go that far, but
No, I think it was.
equal best at least. So then we had a backstage segment with the Spirit Squad and Mr. McMahon.
Pretty much the only thing I remember from this was the booby-trapped penis pump.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to remember.
Yeah, that's
from
all you
it,
need to
man.
know.
That was what it was. Yeah, so then that brought us to the WWE/ECW title match.
Oh, I don't think it was an ECW title match.
Oh no, just Rob.
Just WWE
Just
title
Rob
match.
was being ridiculous,
Yeah.
carrying around both belts. That was literally just so that, like, if you lost the WWE title, he'd still be a world champion.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how he just decided he would do that.
Yeah, well, can't argue with him.
No, you can't.
No, this match, really enjoyed this match. Started off strong. A lot of Rob Van Dam.
We wanted to point out that Lillian Garcia got really confused in the announcements.
I didn't notice that.
She went to, like, because obviously when Rob Van Dam was coming out, she should have announced him as the WWE champion.
Yeah.
She just called him the champion. She just said the champion. That is it.
Well, which champion is he?
Exactly. He's both.
Oh, yeah. But for all we know, he could be tag team champion.
Yeah, he could be. Anyway, so there were some pretty crazy spots in this one, actually.
Yeah, there was quite a few crazy spots in this one. Edge got legitimately busted open towards the end with the world title.
Yeah, like a Van Daminator, basically.
Yeah, and got him nice gash above the eye.
Yeah.
Um,
That was really bad.
yeah, this match was a lot of Rob Van Dam on top, just hitting a lot of moves.
See, it was a lot of Rob Van Dam on top, but all the big bumps were taken by Van Dam.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, he took a sunset flip powerbomb to the floor.
Which was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he did some weird crossbody thing that like while Edge was standing on the apron and just took like a really nasty.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Like obviously Edge was meant to catch him,
But didn't.
Yeah, well he kind of did, but he missed the corkscrew leg drop on the barricade.
Yeah, that looked painful.
Yeah. Every time he went, took a bump to the outside, it was never a clean bump.
No. He was
Never.
always landing on his shoulder or his head or something. That
Yeah,
just looked
exactly.
unpleasant.
Exactly.
Edge reversed a Rolling Thunder into quite an awesome power slam.
That was really cool. And he actually did the spot from SummerSlam with Sheamus.
Yeah.
On the DDT on the top rope. So that happened before.
Yeah, found that quite hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam ends up going over in this match after Lita puts up a chair, which I didn't understand.
Yeah, because like, what would have happened if he hit the spear?
Yeah, Edge's head still would have hit the chair.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, and even if like it directed it just to have the back hit, like Rob Van Dam's back hit, like it'd just go into the post.
Wouldn't do a terrible lot of damage.
No, so that didn't make much sense at all.
Until, well, obviously you knew Edge was going to spear the chair.
Yeah, well, that's the point, is it didn't make much sense, as in there was no
other way
like,
for
it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
It was never going to work.
And yeah, Rob Van Dam then hits the frog splash to get the pinfall.
I love his frog splash.
It's absolutely amazing.
Beyond love his frog splash.
He gets some crazy air on that thing.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to be the one taking it.
Yeah, no thanks.
It always kind
no
of
thanks.
bounce up after he hits.
Yeah, so you almost get a double impact.
Yeah, pretty much. So I gave this 4 Horsemen out of 5. I think they could have done a lot better, to be honest, but it was a very good match. Very good match.
See, I gave this one a 5 out of 5 again, a 5 time. I don't know, I felt this was an awesome match. Wasn't quite as good as the triple threat match just before this, but still definitely worthy of a 5 in my opinion.
Fair enough. Alright, well, we'll move on to the next one, and we will try and get this one out of the way.
We will get this one out of the way very quickly because I don't even want to talk about it.
Alright, this was Kane versus Imposter Kane. It was dumb as fuck out of 5.
Yeah, I gave that a 1 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, just because Kane. Like actual Kane.
How was I more critical of it than you?
I'm not sure, but I don't know.
So, for those who didn't know, Imposter Kane was Luke Gallows, aka Doc.
Or
Doc Gallows.
Or Festus, or
fucking, yeah.
Whatever else you want to call it.
Luke Gallows, Straight Edge Society with Punk and stuff. He really sucked at this
Yeah,
point.
he was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, so, and I loved King's call at the end of the match where he was like, this whole arena is stunned when the Imposter Kane won. They weren't stunned, they just didn't care.
Yeah, no one cared.
Yeah.
I literally almost fell asleep watching this match.
I actually inboxed him while I was watching it, falling asleep watching Kane versus Imposter Kane.
I laughed at that because I had watched that match about an hour or so before that and almost did fall asleep during it.
Alright, so we'll move on because that needs no more coverage.
Yeah.
So the next match was John Cena versus Sabu in an Extreme Lumberjack match.
I mean, it wasn't terribly extreme. There was some use of weapons, but
The super horrible bump on when Cena tried to AA.
yeah, AA Sabu out of the ring through a table and ended up just putting him through the corner of the table.
Yeah, he just kind of hit the corner. It wasn't. He didn't even really go through it.
He broke it.
Yeah, but those tables break.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Bully Ray sat on a table and broken it. But it was cool. There was a you fucked up chat for a good 2-3 minutes.
I didn't even hear that.
Really?
No.
Oh, it was awesome. Anyway, so yeah, fucked up a lot of spots, Cena, honestly. But
Really, only other notable part of this match was Stevie Richards taking an AA from like over the barricade into the crowd kind of area.
yeah, I don't get why they get him to take so many bumps. He's had so many like fucking neck and back injuries.
I don't
and
know.
shit.
I don't know. I guess he's just the guy.
They just really
But
don't
they
like
just-
Stevie
No,
Richards.
they don't.
But yeah, this, in my opinion, this is before Cena's character got super stale. He still had a bit of an edge to him.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that. He wasn't absolutely terrible back then.
Yeah, and this was before Sabu got like really botchy.
Yeah, so Sabu actually put on a somewhat decent match.
There was a lot of triple jump stuff.
Off the chair as he usually does.
Yeah.
Which he actually pulled off quite well for once.
Yeah.
Usually he fucking slips or fucks up in
usually it
some
looks
way.
horrible. But so it ended up with an STFU
Yep.
submission victory for Cena. Don't know why they had to tap Sabu out. Just made it
Dunno.
look horrible. Because, I mean, as far as I know in ECW, he didn't get tapped out.
Not as far as I know, no.
I don't think he ever got tapped out in his career up until that point.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They fed him to Cena.
As they do with everyone, apparently.
Anyway, so did we rate that one?
No, I gave that a 3 out of 5, or 3 MB out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 MB out of 5 too.
Yep.
Anyway,
A lot better.
Yep. Moving on to the main event for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't know why this was the main event of the night. Didn't make sense to me.
No idea. Like, I get that it was it was DX versus the Spirit Squad. It's a 2-on-5 handicap match.
Yeah.
It was the return of DX.
For a 5-on-2 handicap match, there was a lot of DX in control.
It was like pretty much all DX in control.
Bar the last, before the last 2 minutes of the match, maybe 10 or so minutes before that, Shawn Michaels was getting the fucking shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was mostly just DX in control, which didn't make sense for that sort of match.
No, but I mean, the Spirit Squad were really not booked as like a 5-man team that could tear you apart.
No, they weren't. They really weren't.
Although they did have their moments.
If you were one person, yes.
I loved the fucking thing.
Yeah,
that
the
they
throw.
used. Yeah, the one that they did to Michaels through the table.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing.
That was fucking awesome.
I feel
that
like
wasn't even on the pay-per-view,
No.
though, so it's irrelevant, guys. Continue.
I feel Johnny, one of the Spirit Squad members, might have broken his nose because he ended up getting in the ring doing his little karate gimmick thing, and his face was just covered in blood.
Yeah, well, if he didn't break his nose, he got very, very close.
Yeah, definitely.
But I loved what they did when Johnny tagged in, and he did he put his ninja headband on or whatever, and Shawn Michaels just kind of sarcastically walked over to the tag Triple H and was just like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, you can take
He's
that.
like, "Oh shit, this guy's serious."
It turns out he actually is alright. I mean, he did some sort of spinning kick to Shawn Michaels' face later on in the match that surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, to be honest, there was a few people in the Spirit Squad who were very, very good and had very great potential. I mean, we got Ziggler out of it.
Yeah, I did notice Ziggler took a pretty huge bump out of the ring at one point.
I actually wrote down Ziggler could take fantastic bumps even back then.
Yep, definitely. He went for some sort of crossbody into the corner and just flew over the top rope.
Yeah, he didn't even really make contact with the ring post. He just fucking over it.
Just over.
Yeah, like he isn't now. Anyway, so this one finished with a simultaneous switch in music and pedigree. They both covered.
Yeah, with double cover.
Don't know why.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Triple H was the legal man.
Yeah, well, anyway. But so after the match, Mitch got to join the Triple H Kiss My Ass Club.
Yep.
Which, I feel so bad for him because Michaels really didn't fuck around with that.
No, not at all.
He was full on in the crack.
It reminded me a lot of when there was at Hell in a Cell with DX versus McMahon's and Big Show, and Vince got his head shoved up Big Show's ass.
Yeah.
Almost literally.
Yeah, he probably could have fit.
Well, yeah. With the Big Show back then, this was, the Fat Show.
Yeah.
When he was 550 pounds.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I gave that a 3 out of 5. It was a very lackluster main event. Shouldn't have been the main event.
I gave it a 3.5 MB out of 5. As Paul said, very lackluster main event. Could have been a hell of a lot better.
It was basically just a DX show.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. So what did you give the pay-per-view overall?
Pay-per-view overall, I gave the same as that previous match, a 3.5 MB out of 5. There were definitely strong points, but there were a lot of points of the pay-per-view that were quite bad and kind of ruined it. But overall, it was somewhat decent. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I gave it a Scotty 2 Hottie and a half out of 5. Just because, I mean, in my opinion, there was 2 good matches on there. And
yeah, I'd go with 3, but yeah.
2 good matches, 1 match that had some real potential that should have gotten a lot more time.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley, Ric Flair was just fucking pointless.
Yeah, that match should have just been scrapped.
Yeah, to be honest, there's a few matches that should have been scrapped.
Yeah, definitely.
Kane versus Imposter Kane didn't need
that whole storyline should have just never happened.
No, the build-up was alright. The match was shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll wrap it up for our review. So, I guess it's time to draw out what we'll be reviewing next.
Yeah, let's find out.
Alright. So, you can do the honours, Dale.
Alright. Alright, what have we got here? Judgment Day 2005.
Alright, cool.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, well, that'll wrap it up for this edition of Review Roulette. Like, rate, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Have a good one.
Have a nice day.
If you mess with me, you got